Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Brian Altano from IGN, and today we're unboxing the new Nintendo 2DS XL. It's sort of the spiritual successor to the Nintendo 2DS and the Nintendo 3DS XL. Stick with me. So the big thing about this one is that it's a larger version of the original Nintendo 2DS and sort of leans itself more to the Nintendo 3DS XL style. It's completely 2D, so if you've got kids at home and you've been worried about them looking at 3D images on the Nintendo 3DS, don't worry, because this plays every 3DS game in 2D. That is so confusing, but here we go. So right off the bat, you got your AC adapter inside the box. Here in America, that's a good thing to get. In other regions, that's not always a given with Nintendo hardware. So that'll save you a few bucks if you don't have one from your Nintendo 2DS, your Nintendo 3DS, your Nintendo 3DS XL, and the 70 other 3DS, 2DS, and 1DS varieties that have been released in the wild officially from Nintendo over the years. Let's get to the real fun part. The actual system itself. Now, cool thing here, we've got AR cards, which will only work in 2D. They've been packed in with every 3DS so far and the 2DS, and they work the same way here, just not in 3D, which is a little less interesting. Your standard issue manual that probably tells you not to worry about going blind because you can't now. Well, you probably still can if you hold it really close. And the real star of the show, the actual system itself, which I actually really like. Getting a look at it, it actually feels lighter than sort of any handheld that I've gotten from Nintendo in a very long time. The design is clamshell, which was obviously very different, that sort of doorstopper triangular look that the 2DS had. And very bright colors. Now, there'll be a couple different varieties of these at launch, and especially more down the line. But for 150 bucks, this definitely feels something more like a children's toy. And I kind of mean that in a good way, because it's sturdy, it's durable, and it looks like you can kind of throw it around the back of a car, drop it on concrete, whatever you got to do, or whatever your kids have to do to play video games on the go. It's very interesting the way it's actually laid out. Now, there's a couple of massive design decisions here that sort of differentiate it from the 3DS XL. One, the cartridge slot is actually in the front and pops open like this with a huge flap that also has the SD card slot next to it. So the interesting thing about that is if you own a Nintendo 3DS XL, you might remember you had to pop off the back with a screwdriver to actually change the SD card and give it more onboard storage, which you'll want to do if you want to download games. So here it's all right there in the front. Stylus up front as well, I believe. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, just tucked away, hidden. And the interesting thing here as well, oh, it goes back, very odd, is that the speakers are actually in the front of the system now, two little holes, which you might end up covering with your hands. We'll see how that works out in the wild. It's got the C-Stick, which you remember from the 3DS XL, lets you sort of do dual analog simulation stuff in certain games like Majora's Mask and some others like Monster Hunter. And then obviously your regular thumbstick, your D-pad, and your bright turquoise colored buttons, which is the actual color they're going with here. On the top, you've got this sort of ridged thing. It's sort of a diagonal slash lines that make a pleasant little record scratching noise when you run your fingers over it. And yeah, the back is pretty flat and straightforward, and it's got this weird kind of pudgy bumper on the side, which I don't know if I love or hate, but there it is. Very light, very cool. That's pretty much everything. Free cardboard. Let's see how it compares to the size of the 3DS XL. Now, we've got one right here, the Majora's Mask one specifically, and they're pretty comparable. So they're roughly about the same size. The 2DS XL seems a little bit smaller, definitely lighter, like significantly lighter. And the color here, I don't have the turquoise and neon blue pink Nintendo Switch with me, but the gray one here will show you sort of a size comparison of the three of these combined. So that's a Nintendo 2DS XL. It's out July 28th. It's $150, which makes it one of the cheaper handhelds Nintendo's put out in a while. And for all your unboxing videos, Nintendo 2DS, 3DS XL, 1DS, 4DS XL, 5DS XL, and the 2DS XL, new 2DS XL, 3DS XL Lite 2, stay tuned to IGN.